We read a book a month and also have a webinar a month to address aching issues raised in the course of the month. We are poised to raise world-class leaders who will utilize their resources and abilities to effect the changes that the world desires. Below are our social media handles.
Okay. So that is read. And that is the platform we're all proud members of. I know I'm a proud member of Read. And this is our third cohort. We've had 3 different batches of people in Read. And this is the third one. It's amazing, 3 years running. And I can tell you that lives are being changed every single day. It's a journey that is just, you can't even start to quantify it. Okay, so now we are going to start to move. Please, if you join in, I see Christiana joined in. Please, just in the chat box, please just introduce yourself. Tell us where you are joining us from. If you are a member of Read or if you were invited by a friend, we would like to meet you, please. Okay, so now we're going to go to introduce our speakers. Today we have amazing speakers, and one of them is my very own coach. She's not just we call her coach, but she's more than coach. She is like superwoman. She does everything, and it's a privilege to always, just be like being our presence is a privilege. Anyway, today we're going to be learning about money. Who does not like money? Me, I know that I like money, and I want to learn how to make money. I want to learn how all those myths, that have held you back, that have not made you to make progress. Me, the one that, they'll tell you that money is the root of all evil. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is good as long as you are doing it in the right proportions, as long as you are not overdoing it, as long as you are not greedy, as long as you don't make money a god. Money is good. God wants you to make money, trust me. God is not threatened by your money, because you need the money to propagate the kingdom of God. So God needs you to make that money. So one money myth is that there's nothing like money is the root of all evil. It is the love of money, because love of money takes your eyes off God. So that's one myth that is broken. So today we're going to be hearing some amazing facts. We're going to be getting some knowledge that by the time you are done, it's going to give you a wake up, and it's going to help you to really, understand a lot more than you do right now, especially when money is concerned. You're going to let go of some beliefs that don't make sense. You're going to let go of some just funny ideas that you've had in your head. You are just going to let go of all of that and know that, you have to make this paper. Anyway, before we go further, I'm going to briefly introduce myself. So I'm just going to play a video that will introduce me, and then I will introduce our coach. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we go.
Itunu Jika is a seasoned business operations and administration professional, currently serving as the office manager for the Abuja branch of CyberSoc Africa, a leading cybersecurity company in Nigeria. With a background in chemistry from Obafemi Awolowo University, she brings a unique perspective to her role, combining her analytic skills with a passion for optimizing business processes. Itunu is dedicated to ensuring that office operations run smoothly and seamlessly, making her an invaluable asset to the organization. Her true passion lies in problem solving, and she takes great satisfaction in finding innovative solutions to challenging situations, empowering others to achieve their objectives. Beyond her professional life, Itunu is a dynamic individual who enjoys hosting vibrant networking events. She creates safe and engaging spaces where she can relax, connect, and explore new opportunities. Her talent for organization extends beyond her work responsibilities to her love for event planning, and she derives immense joy from bringing people together. A perpetual learner, Itunu is always on the quest for knowledge and welcomes new challenges with open arms. In her leisure time, Itunu finds joy in spending quality moments with her cherished family and friends. Her dedication to both personal and professional life reflects her well-rounded and vibrant character. Read community, give it up for our moderator, Itunu Jika.
Give it up for Itunu Jika. It's when I see that bio read, it still makes me wonder if they're talking about the same person. But yeah, that's me. Okay, welcome everyone that's just joined in. Please, if you're joining in, drop where you're joining in from in the chat box. Let us meet you. Let's know if you're a READ member or if you are here on invitation. And if you were invited, please let us know who invited you. Okay, so right now, I would ask all of you, if you have friends that are not here, you have family members that are not here, you still have a chance to give them a call. Because trust me, there are going to be some myths broken here. They need to hear what you are hearing. You don't know how your friend is always asking for urgent 2K. Let him come and hear so that, he will make his own urgent 2K by himself and he will not be asking you again. So call your friends, call your colleagues, call your family members and just let them join in. And if you are here and you do not have a pen and paper beside you, then you have not arrived. You need to have a writing pad because you are going to be learning and you need to take down notes so that you don't forget what you've learned. So in the next few seconds, please call your family, get your pens, get your paper, get everything you need, and then settle in for an amazing, amazing lecture. Okay, so next I'm going to be playing our amazing coach's bio. I know we all know her, but when time I hear her bio, I just used to make my head to be swelling like, hey, it's me that knows this kind of person. Because coach's bio is very intimidating, but it's inspirational to all of us. So please let me play my coach's bio. Give me a minute to share my screen. Okay, here we go.
Adepoju Oluwatumininu obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Electronic and Electrical Engineering from the University of Ilorin, Nigeria. She is an accomplished international process-driven manager with numerous certifications such as Scrum Master, ITIL certification, Project Management Training, Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, and Certified Business Analyst. She has attended several leadership programs at prestigious institutions like the Lagos Business School and the Harvard Business School. With over 18 years of experience in management, strategy formulation, and execution, Adepoju's strengths lie in culture shaping, process improvement, strategy formulation, and execution. She is a sought-after public speaker, having featured on several platforms, both locally and internationally, such as Taroraren Arewa Television, Awedi International, MOA, Cedar Group, Afrocentrist Podcast, Father's Dwell, Let's Talk Charity, among others. In recognition of her exceptional work, she has received several awards, including the Most Supportive Member for 9 to 5 Chicks 2021, Top 100 Career Women in Nigeria 2022, and Top 50 Women in Management in Africa 2023. Adepoju is a member of renowned organizations such as Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, and Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN, to mention a few. She is passionate about helping people achieve their God-given potentials through personal development and financial freedom. Adepoju is a dedicated coach and mentor who derives great joy from helping people replace limiting habits with habits that lead to success. Her vision is to grow a generation of leaders who will transform the world in their respective fields of influence. To achieve this, she mentors the next generation, providing them with the necessary resources to develop a growth mindset and overcome failure. Adepoju is the visionary of the REIT community aimed at raising 10 million ethical millionaires across the globe. In just 1 year, the community has impacted over 2,000 people in over 10 countries, attracting renowned speakers like CEOs and bank directors. She is also the driving force behind the Glory to Glory cooperative, which promotes strong financial habits among women. The cooperative has grown 375% in 6 years and has bettered businesses, strengthened marriages, and changed destinies.
It's not even talking about me and my head is swelling. That's my coach. In the chat room, please let me see some fire. If you don't give fire, I'm not going to bring coach on. All of you will leave this place. You will be going home. Everybody, I want to see your fire in the chat room while I bring on this amazing woman. Give me those emojis. Tell me that you're here, you are ready. Let me see it. I'm not feeling the vibe. I'm not feeling the energy. Didn't you people hear all of that? Is it easy? Oh yeah. Let's see. Yes, Susan, thank you. Ivan, thank you. Let's see the chat room. Thank you, David. Yes. Give me the fire, guys. Thank you so much, coach, for this opportunity. Please, everyone, welcome my coach, my mentor, and superwoman, engineer, Mrs. Oluwatumininu Adepoju.
Wow, amazing. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see all of us join from different countries, different parts of the globe. And people seem to be having problems connecting with the Zoom link. Really, I think we have a number of people on the Facebook. We are streaming live. I'm really very excited about this. This is our third court, like year 3. Hey, like play. Read is going. Let me, because I want to be able to see our charts. Sorry. I want to just be sure I can see the charts. It logged me off. I want to be able so that I can respond easily. Sorry, just give me 1 minute. I'm up. So while the chat is coming up, in the chat room, can you tell me your expectations this evening? What do you want to go home with? What's your expectations? This is the very first webinar for Read Core 3, and it's going to be amazing. I'll be doing this with a phenomenal woman, Ifeoluwa Adegoke. And there's something I did tell her. So I'll be telling you guys in the course of this session. It's going to be very, very practical. So please, in the chat room, can you tell me what your expectations are? 2, 3 responses. Your expectations. Did you come to this place to waste your time? I'm imagining how many of my money meets is gonna be busted today. That's from David. Okay, good, excellent. I like that. Can we have more? We're starting our Busting Money Meet series. Quick. I want to learn how to make cool money. I like it. Chidima, that's awesome. So with no further ado, because we don't have, I want to know how to make better choices with my money. You guys are doing well. Itunu, please, I need for you to put your eyes on the waiting room so that we can be accepting people. So I'm going to share my screen, but I want this to be very interactive because it's all about you. So let me share my screen. So straight up, let me go to presentation mode. Present. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Okay, excellent. So, money myth buster. And as I said, we'll be doing this together. So please, I would need your interactive participation in this. I need this to be very engaging so that when you are leaving here, it's not going to be like, oh, it's a fantastic webinar. You guys know the way our webinars are now. After this webinar, your life will change. Your thinking process, as you've said, is going to change. Everything about you is going to change. Like, people are going to ask, you're not acting the way you used to act before. Because if you leave this webinar and you are still acting the way you used to act, then this has just been a complete wastage of your Saturday afternoon. As we know, another definition of insanity, madness, is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So after today, there are things that is going to change about you. So the first question is, what is myth? What is fact? We said we want to bust money myths. So what is myths in the chat room? Quick. What is myths? What are myths? What's your definition of myths? Myths in the chat room, please. Okay. Unproven cliches, unproven ideas or beliefs. Myths are popular beliefs that are most unlikely true. So what are facts? We've said what we think myths are. What are facts? Facts are proven ideas. Olanike says, myths are generally accepted lies. Interesting. Facts are proven beliefs. So let me bust you guys' bubbles. The mind. And I recently wrote a book, and that's actually what triggered this conversation. And I said, no, I need to, and I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Ife, for agreeing to do this with us. And I said, no, we need in read, and not just read, put it across to the world to talk about money myths and beliefs. You know, you say myths are unproven ideas. They are generally accepted lies. The human mind is so powerful, and we'll be looking at that. That's why I'm actually taking the first session, and I'll be handing over to Ife, who is a seasoned investor and all of that, to take us through the next part of the session. We say myths are unproven beliefs, accepted lies. The human mind is so powerful that the lies you believe, like, it's not true, but because you believe it, it becomes truth to you. It will be manifesting in your life. Like, it's crazy. And that's why you look, and it looks as if some people are very rigid. It's not their fault. It's what they believe. And that's why I'm telling you that after this session, this is a very practical session. It is a money deliverance session. The next few months, we are going to be taking money deliverance, because you need to be delivered from the power in your mind. The human mind is so powerful that when you believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth to you. So if you believe, and I will take you through this thing gradually, you would understand it. If you've not grabbed a copy of my book, you know my popular saying now, you are sleeping on a bicycle, because I can't go over all the contents in just one sitting. If you believe that you cannot be rich, honestly, it does not matter the amount of wealth that is at your disposal. Such a man is going to die poor. And on the reverse, if you believe, now there's a difference between belief and wishful thinking. I'm going to make this very practical. I will be using real time and real life stories. And yes, a little bit of history. So there was a time that the world believed that the world was flat. Everybody in the world believed, and that's the problem with beliefs. When people repeat things, repetition brings conviction. And you will be careful the kind of things you allow to be repeated around you. So the fact that everybody is saying it does not make it a reality. So as at this point in the world, everybody believed that the world was flat. And they believed that if you travel beyond a certain place, because the world is flat, you are going to fall off the surface of the earth. And because of that, people were afraid to travel too far. And men started researching and they were like, no, this is not correct. In fact, there were people that were tortured for that, for saying that the world is not flat. Because when the most popular people, the oldest people around are saying things, when you are saying something that is different, you are being looked upon as an heretic. And I often tell people, yes, it's good to listen to old people, but don't listen to every old person, because stupid people grow old. They just grow older in stupidity. So be careful, be careful what is forming your foundation. And after people were able to go like, see, this world is not flat. Even if I travel far, I will come back. And people were able to move outside of that belief. Guess what happened? Territories were now being captured. That was how America was discovered. People started making money. People became the millionaires and the billionaires of their time because they were able to break that limiting belief that if I travel this far, I will not fall off the edge. So one of the challenges, and my class has started, one of the challenges I'm throwing to you this evening is, what are the mental limitations around your mind? You know it by yourself. What are those things that are holding you bound, that you are so afraid that, and you know, we have all these very funny proverbs that we use. A bird is in the hand is worth two in the bush. Who told you that nonsense? All those safety cliches. And I'm not saying take reckless decisions. But as I go, I don't want to go ahead of myself, and I'll still give Ife ample time to take a slide. This is a quote from my book. I said, to become wealthy, you must attract wealth. Because wealth in itself, it's an elusive goddess that needs to be wooed. Wealth is not something you chase. That's why you see lots of people, and these were the things that actually inspired me to write the book, because it breaks my heart that I see people laboring from morning till night. And I remember having a conversation with an uncle, and I was asking him, I was quite young, and till now, I'm a bit very vocal when I talk. There are things that normal people will say, will not say, and I will say it. And I asked him, uncle, please, how come everybody is rich and we are not rich? You work very hard. I was in his house in Lagos, and I was like, it shouldn't be this difficult to make money. And I heard Ifeoluwa talking. Ifeoluwa was like, if you save $1 for, I think, 10 years, then I can't remember the maths, you are going to have $1 million. So in my head, I'm like, it's not difficult to be a millionaire, but this my uncle is poor. So like, uncle, you've worked for more than the time that Creflo was analyzing us at that time. How come you are poor? And the guy looked at me and like, Itunu, you don't understand, though. It's not that easy. And I was now looking around. I see men that sincerely, through their life. So this thing that I do is actually a passion. That as much as it lies within me, people within my circle will not run this nonsense rat race. Because even if you win in a rat race, you are still a rat. For you to break out, you must first break out of the race, remove yourself. So when you're waking up from morning, kitty, kitty, kita, 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 kitty, kitty, you are fighting what everybody is fighting. You're doing what everybody is doing. Wealth is going to be far from you. It's not cost. And you will be seeing it. Which is why one of the things I said at the beginning of my presentation is that after this session, you are going to start doing things differently. Your mind, your wiring is going to change because there is a mindset of the rich. There is a mindset of the poor. If you do not remove the mindset of the rich, of the poor from you, you will not be able to attract wealth. And I say this with every sense of humility. If you are not wealthy, that means that you have not started attracting wealth. So it's like magnets. If you put, magnet does not struggle to attract iron. If you put magnet by iron, it will catch. That's the way wealth is. There are things you do that you become wealthy. As I said, I want to give Ife time to do a thing, but I'm laying a foundation for her so that your mind will be open. The first question I'm asking you, because nobody can be wealthy for you. I repeat, nobody can be wealthy for you. I'm speaking to a mixed congregation, a bit my English, or mixed group of people right now. But when I speak to family people, parents, and all of that, I see them laboring. I want to leave wealth for my children. I want to leave houses. I want to leave properties. It's not a bad thing. But you yourself, you would confirm for me that in your locality, in your neighborhood, go and look at the rich men of yesterday. Where are their children today? So wealth is beyond the block and cement that you are trying to gather together. Now, I'm breaking money myths, so I'm not going into that. What I'm trying to tell you here is that the reason why you are poor is not because you are born into a so-called disadvantaged family. It's not because your father is poor, your mother is an illiterate, you are born in Nigeria, and I'm going to prove it to you. The reason why you are poor or you don't have the kind of money you want is your mindset. You need to first remove that mind. Then as you're removing the mind, what is your capacity? Because if you do not have the right capacity, there are things you cannot take. You can see that there are different sizes of container here. What container A will take is different from what container D will take. And that's why it looks as if some people start life. And we all honestly all start life with life. You are all breathing. And as they are going, and I'm sure this is resonating with some of you, you are looking, especially if you've started work. Some people that, for those of us that have been working for like 15, 20 years, we are all not on the same level. It's our choices. What is your capacity? You will be writing that capacity down as I'm going, because it's going to really help. Ife. For people that are used to my sessions, normally I'm always picking my Bill Gates, my Elon Musk, my Oprah Winfrey. You know, I love those people. I love what they've achieved. But so that everybody will be able to connect with me better, I've picked 4 people, and I'll be sharing a bit of our stories here. You see this lady, goalkeepers, you see this lady, Yetunde Ayo Oyalowo. You are seeing her neck to neck. I think they had this goalkeeper conference in the US like 2 days ago. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. She was speaking on the same platform with Bill Gates. You can imagine, say, Bill Gates drop mic, you carry mic, or you carry mic, give Bill Gates mic. That kind of thing that some of us cannot even imagine in our mind, which is why I'm telling you, what is your capacity? For the older members of READ, and we had to drop the whole link there so that it's not like they said that. The same way we brought Ife, that Ife is speaking to us today. Yetunde has come to speak to us before on READ, so you guys have seen this. Yetunde and I went to the same primary school. I'm not sure we went to the same secondary school, but we went to the same university. And we grew up in Ilorin together, so we're born in middle class home. Lecturer, parents, teacher. In fact, I think Yetunde's mom went to school after having her, if I remember the story correctly. Yet today, she's speaking on the same platform with some of the richest men in the world. Mindset. I'm using this to challenge you that it does not matter your background. I don't care how low you think your background is. I don't care. And Yetunde is still based in Nigeria. As I always tell people, I'm neither for or against Japa. I'm just putting this to your face for you to understand that after this evening, there are things you must start doing that will change the trajectory of your life if you want it to change. Now, so that's my Yetunde. The next person, Shubomi, is a bit more popular. Shubomi Plumpter. Shubomi and I were in school together, same university, same fellowship, and all of that. Of course, she just released a movie. Yesterday was Shubomi's birthday. She just directed a movie, Black Book, is on Netflix. So please go watch it. But we're in school together in Ilorin. She's featured on CNN today. How far can you see? What are you seeing? That's why I said today we are not doing, and you see Jack Ma, you see, no, let's talk to ourselves. Let's bring it home. Down here, UK. So now you can say these are old people now. These ones are your age mates. I still get time. UK is a young man that inspires me. I always tell him that. In this same Nigeria that you are sitting down, or Africa that you are crying, you are doing this, I think UK is about 25. UK is less than 30. Last week or 2 weeks ago, UK's company, Go Nomad, got a $50,000 funding. So the problem is not your location, no. And UK is based in Uyo. The last time I checked, I don't even understand the guy. He's based in Uyo. Now, the last but not the least is my humble self speaking to you, which is why I want you to take these principles very, very, very seriously. The only reason why any of us that you are seeing on this slide can dare boast of these things that I'm saying is because of these principles I would be sharing with you. And I'll make it short because of Ife, then I'll probably still come back. Now, this is me in 2023. That guy you're seeing was the former Prime Minister of Tanzania. So that is him handing me Oluwatumininu, like I was telling my husband, it's real. I got this award. This is me getting top 50 women in management in Africa. Go Google the number of women in Africa. And they say they're only picking 50. And I entered 50. I told you I came from Ilorin. I came from back Ilorin. I lost my dad some 30 years ago. My mother sold fish to send me to school, all that story. So when I hear people telling stories, I'm wondering what they are talking about. And I'm here to tell you, to challenge you, that your dream is valid. You can reach that zenith. And that's why I'm sharing with you real people, real stories. We might not look like it now, but believe me, our stories are genuine. So, number one, for you to be able to block the money myth in your mind, and that's why I first shared with you just 4 of us. I mean, if we come en mass from where we are coming from, we will not live here. Set mind-blowing goals. If your goal after this meeting, I've told you this is very practical. After this meeting, we are talking about money here. What is your money goal? $1 million? I'm talking dollars because it's a universal currency, and I know we have our Facebook community up and all of that. $10 million, $50 million. Have your goal. It's not wishful thinking. What are your goals? First, that goal that will scare you. When I was going for that award, humanly speaking, in my head, I'm like, top 50 women in management. But I went for it. And the rest, they say, is history. Set goals that it will keep you up at night, because that's how your brain will work. As I said, I don't want to jump into it first time. We'll be breaking this down. You need to read my book. It would really help you, because I had time to really break down the stuff. Eat healthy. You know that thing that they say you are what you eat. You cannot be eating nonsense and you will not believe nonsense. So you have the burger, you have the grapes. What are you eating? When you are sitting down and the only thing you are hearing is that you can never succeed in a third world country. That's why, and I'm not for or against Japa. I keep repeating it, and this is not a conversation for Japa. We'll still talk about that later. But you will be in the midst of plenty like this. There will be plenty of opportunities. Your mind will be outside. You will not see that opportunity because of what you're eating, what you're constantly hearing. People have told you, no, you can't make money doing this, you can't make money, and you believe it. You keep repeating it. That belief becomes true to you. So when other people are breaking forth, you are breaking down. Because of what you're eating, everybody around you is talking things that does not make sense. And you are sitting down. When you turn on the radio, you turn on the TV. Is it not your radio? Is it not your TV? Why will you keep on listening to things that, you see, don't mind all these motivational speakers. Oh, Jimmy, my coach, will say, is it the motivational speakers you want to listen to? That is why your life is the way it is. If you refuse to listen to people that motivate you and the people that demotivate you that you listen to, that's why your life will turn out in a certain way. Say, don't mind them. You are joining them to be listening to all those webinars. All those people, they'll just be telling you lies, just be cooking stories for you. Very negative, toxic talks. Say, you want to be buying shares. When people want to collect your money, that's what they do. Toxic, very toxic talks. So from today, you will make up your mind. You will curate the things you listen to. So stay around great men. As I said, this is just like, an abridged version. Each of this topic, each of these points that I'm putting are things that we'll take in a webinar, another separate webinar. So when we say eat healthy, how do you curate your diet? Because you are what you eat. But right now, I'm giving you high level on how to even start breaking down this myth. Stay around great people. I tell my daughter, you cannot be staying around mumu people and you will think that your life is going to transform. It's not possible, I'm telling you. Sociology has proven that you are a product of the 5 people you consistently stay around. And there is a science behind this thing. Bill Gates' roommates, Zuckerberg's roommates, they became millionaires because of association. You are poor because of the kind of people you are associating with. I'm looking at the first time and I have a daily routine. The success of your life is in your daily routine, what you do daily. If I look at what you do daily for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, I know where your life is going. Your success in life is hinged on what you do daily. Like, I don't joke with it. Now, speaking a little bit, and I'm looking at the first time in 2 minutes, I have to get out of your face so I can come back in because she has another session. Speaking about staying around great people, you know that thing that they say that birds of the same feather flock together. Growing up, I told you that growing up, I didn't grow up in like your privileged, so to say, family. So my mom used to tell me, she says it in Yoruba, so I won't say the Yoruba version, the English translation is, birds of the same feather flock together. But right from when I was young, there was just something in me that knew that I was not destined to be a mediocre. So my friends were people that you would say are not within my social status. And it was a problem for my mom that, you are going to put us inside trouble in this house. So you cannot be making friends with children of so-called big men. They are not our class. They are not our status. And I remember being as young as that. I now challenge that. Who said this is my status? Who said I'm destined to be staying with poor people? No, mommy. I define my class. I define my class. Yes, it's a long time down the road now. I can say the story is different. As I said, this is high level. I need to bring Ife on because of our time, and I want her to have ample time because I'll still come up after her. So when I'm coming up, we'll be able to discuss a bit more about this. And speaking, okay, I'll know who Ife is. Speaking about, I told Ife that there's something I will share. Let me set her up small. That you attract wealth. I follow Ife, she's Money Talk with Ife on Instagram. I follow Ife on Instagram. And I remember the first time I reached out to Ife, I didn't have this gist with her, we gist after. And I was like, Ife, come and speak in my community. She's like, I'm busy, oh, this one, no, that one, no. I say, okay, no problem. I kept following her, reading her articles, cheering her on because she's just an amazing person. Then I think like 3-4 weeks ago, she reaches out to me and say, hello, babe, can we talk? I say, we can talk. And that's why I tell you these principles work. Because somehow, my profile had been able to attract her. And that's why I will tell you, wealth is something you attract. You have to be able to work on yourself such that you can attract great men. With no much further ado, in 1 minute, please, can we clap and cheer on Money Talk with Ife herself? Thank you so much for honoring
us. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Thank you. Such an honor to be here. And that story is something that we have to explore more because I'm like, oh my God, because I remember I reached out to you on LinkedIn myself. And I was like, oh, we need to do something together. And I'm glad we are here today. Thank you so much, Coach Oluwatumininu. And by the way, I love your name. It's a beautiful name. I like to pronounce it in full because I think it's a beautiful name. And thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. And I think it's an amazing job you're doing at Read. It's an honor to be here. Please let me know in the chat box if you can hear me clearly, if you can see me clearly. All right. So today I have learned a lot from awesome. Thank you for the feedback. So I've learned a lot from our first session with Coach Oluwatumininu, and the principle of attracting wealth is absolutely true. The fact that I believe that we are all a factor of our environment, right? So what you expose yourself to, what you listen to, the people you relate with actually contribute a lot to your transformation, right? I also like to share my story because I know a lot of people see maybe what you've accomplished because we don't rest on the laurels. We keep looking forward to the next big thing we are going to achieve in this life. But my story is almost quite similar because I didn't come from money, but I made a decision from a young age younger age, I'm still young anyways, a younger age that I was going to be wealthy, right? And we are here today. And it became a career. We are in the business of transforming people's financial stories. So what is my point? Your current financial situation, where you are, where you're coming from, does not have to limit you. It doesn't hold power over you except you let it. And there is something I would like us to talk about a bit before I go into investments, because they all work hand in hand. If you don't have a healthy mindset towards money, if you don't have a healthy outlook towards wealth, you are going to miss out on a lot of opportunities in this life that can bring you wealth, that can bring you opportunities, right? And one thing we have to consciously work on as Africans is to, I believe we are all Africans from all over Africa listening right now, is that we have to consciously ensure that we don't embrace the victim mindset. The reality is there is a lot that is not working in our society that we see in other societies that we become envious of. Be like, why can Nigeria work like this? Why can't Ghana work like this? Why can't my country, my government do this and just make life easier? There is just a lot we can complain about. And these are legitimate things, right? These are things that they are legitimate, right? They are legitimate pains, they are legitimate challenges that we all have to deal with every day. But here's the thing. You cannot focus on that and expect great transformation in your own life. If all your energy, all your thinking energy, all your creativity is trapped in that box, and you don't successfully do the internal work to break out of it, it might be difficult to embrace wealth, right? So there's a lot of internal work that you have to do when it comes to building wealth. And that is the first point I'm going to talk about when it comes to investment, because a lot of myths also about investment. A lot of people believe that, oh, you have to have all the money in the world before you start investing, right? I'm going to share a story of a man, a janitor. This is somebody in America, by the way. This man, he had a basic job, very basic job. Basic job where they were paying him probably $50 per week. Very basic job. Very old man, middle age at the time. But over the course of 40 years, this man was putting significant amounts of that. Not significant, how significant can a part of $50 be in reality? So he was putting a chunk of that $50 he was getting per week into an investment account. And by the time this man was going to die, at age 80 or 82, I believe, he left a wealth of over $8 million for his children. And nobody knew he had that kind of wealth. Nobody knew he has amassed that kind of wealth, because he just felt like a regular guy that was just doing life, and that was his reality. So what is my point? Your current financial reality is not what will determine your future, except you let it. There is still so much you can do with what you have, right? If you're looking at your life and saying, okay, I'm not privileged in this way, but I'm not making this amount of money. Why did my father become $10? Or why is my parents, why did they leave me inheritance like the Dangote's family, or things like that? You still have to know that you yourself, the fact that you can listen to this session is a privilege on its own. There are people that don't have this privilege. So the question is, what are you going to do with that privilege that you have? We are all privileged one way or the other. Focusing on building wealth from what you currently have, from your current situation, is doable. It's very doable. That transformation that you want, where you want to get to, that's what I want to, if you don't take anything away from what I'm going to say right now. Like Coach Oluwatumininu has said, your dreams are valid. Where you want to get to is doable. When I made my first investment, I started with 5,000 naira. And to God be the glory, I have net worth of millions of naira right now. Not to brag, but just to share my experience of where I'm coming from. So your journey, where you're starting from, doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm sure the next thing in your mind is, okay, I've worked on my mind. I'm ready to start building this wealth, right? I'm ready to start building this wealth. What do I do? The first thing you have to do, building on what Coach Oluwatumininu has said, is to set a goal. What do you want? I know there's a lot of noise out there. A lot of us, we even follow 1,001 financial pages. We get a boatload of information, but we've not really sat down to figure out, what do I want for my life? Where do I want to be in my life? Where am I going? Financially, we have to, these are steps I've taken for my career, steps I've taken for my personal relationship with my husband, steps I've taken for my own finances. Personal journey you have to do. If you want to move from, excellence does not happen by chance. It happens by being intentional. You want excellent results in your finances, you have to be intentional about it. It doesn't happen by, you don't just stumble into wealth. Even if you win lotto today, if you don't know what to do with that money, I give you 3 months. The person will be back to being broke again. So you have to sit down and ask yourself, what do I want? Call your name, talk to yourself. What do I want in my finances? 5 years from now, where do I want to be? 10 years from now, where do I want to be? And what will this serve you? This will help you see the kind of investments that would best help you get to where you want to go to. If you have a clear goal of where you want to, the kind of wealth you want to build, your net worth, and please put numbers to it. If you say, okay, right now my net worth, all I have is my savings of 50,000 naira in my bank account. But 5 years from now, I want my net worth to be so and so. You put a figure to it. You put the number of years that you have, the timeline, you put it to it. Your next step will now be, how do I get there? This will now inform the kind of investment you will even pursue. Right? There are people that say, okay, if my goal is to retire early, I want to retire at 45, right? So that helps the person to see the kind of investment that they will take on. Somebody that is looking to retire early will not be focused on investments that will waste our money, or that will be looking for quick returns. You know that every kobo counts, every of your naira counts towards your goal. Right. Now, I'm not going to move towards types of investment that we have. Please, it is important that you do that first step, the step of finding yourself, knowing what you want for yourself, and being clear about what you desire. The second step is, before I move to the step I wanted to talk about, I would say gain knowledge. Gain knowledge, pursue knowledge. Before you start dropping your money for any form of investment that comes your way, pursue knowledge. You need financial education. And thank God for the internet. We have access to so much information right now. On Instagram, there are amazing people dishing out amazing content for free. You are privileged to be in a webinar like this. This is also an opportunity for you. Go after knowledge. Knowledge is very important. Some of the biggest mistakes I've made on my journey is because I did not start with knowledge. I wasted a lot of money when I first started my investment journey, right? I won't lie to you. Fine, you come to a session like this, you are fired up, you're like, okay, I'm ready to transform my finances. Your first step should not be to go and look for the next investment advert that you see, or you go to Google and you start dropping your money and just distributing your money to those things. No, your first course of action is to educate yourself. How does this thing work? Which type of investment suits where I'm going to? Will help me get to where I'm going to. And there are different types of investments. There are investments that can give you passive income, if that is your priority. There are investments that will help you protect the value of your money. We are very conversant with everything that is going on in the nation. Value of naira falling. That's the reality that we are living in. And I'm sure a lot of African countries are also going through a form of inflation, devaluation all over right now. So this is something that we can all relate to. You have to protect the value of your money. If I'm going to use dollars like Coach Oluwatumininu did that, if you were earning 100 or 200, equivalent of $200 at the beginning of this year, that $200 equivalent in your local currency does not have as much purchasing power as it used to, because of devaluation, because of inflation. So there are investments that can help you protect the value of your money. And there are also investments that you can use to amass wealth, that you can use to build a legacy. Right? Now, let's talk about them. Investments that you can do right now to start earning passive income. And please, when you are thinking of investment, don't think of money doubling, something that will double your money now. That's the first wrong mindset. That's the first wrong mentality you can have. You will lose your money and people will swindle you. That's a fact. So have a long-term mindset to your investment. There can be short-term rewards, right? But the most healthy mindset you can have is long-term. Please, if you are looking for money doubling, don't think investments. Just know that you are doing Bet Naija or whatever money doubling scheme you are doing. But when you are thinking investments, it means you are ready to build wealth. And to build wealth, it takes work, it takes time. People like to talk about the likes of Warren Buffett, or if we're talking about rich people that we see out there, we like to see where they are today and we admire it. But they didn't get there one day. Warren Buffett started investing when he was 17 years old. The man is probably close to his 90s now. So it takes time. Building wealth takes time. It also takes foresight. So don't have a short-term mindset of money doubling towards your investment. For people that are looking to say, okay, I want to start making passive income from my investment, there are investments that can give you passive income. Number one on the list is real estate. And I know for a lot of people, the first thought in your mind is probably, can I afford to buy a house now? Can I afford to buy a land? How will I do this if it is fine. Real estate can be capital intensive. But trust me, there are also people that they've not bought a property in their life and they are making passive income from real estate. It's all about perspective. It's all about what you want. It's all about the work that you're willing to do. How you are thinking outside of the box. I have a lot of, quite a number of Airbnb outlets now in my city of residence. And I don't own one of those properties. Not because I don't have lands and things like that, but the ones that I'm using, I don't own them. Let me share an idea that I have with you that I implemented for real estate, right? I partnered with people that already have these houses. They are not making money from the house. In fact, when they have tenants in there, their tenants are disturbing them. So I say, okay, you're a landlord, you have a house. Let's partner together. I have this model of business. I will take care of the management of the business. You just give me your property and we'll be sharing the revenue. And that's how partnership started. And glory to God, we have about 5 properties now that we are running this Airbnb, and it's profitable. And I don't own one of those properties. What is my goal with that scheme or with that business model that I set up was to make passive income. So what is my point sharing this example with you is that your mind plays a significant role. If you are limited, if you see an obstacle and you don't think outside of the box, like, okay, how can I find a way around this? We are all creative human beings. God created us to be creative. They are co-creators with God. So there are ideas that will flow to you when you think outside of the box. This was the solution I've been able to solve for landlords. They are making money, I am making money, we are both happy. So what am I saying? Real estate, you can still make it work for you. That's an example of something I thought of that is working for me. And I know there are other people that are doing it out there. All right. So the next example I will say when it comes to earning passive income, real estate is also good for building legacy, for protecting the value of your money long term, and also passive income as well. I like real estate because passive income and ownership, those are the 2 things that real estate can offer you. Another thing, form of investment you can consider are stocks. And I know people say, oh, but I've heard people get burnt with stocks. I heard that this has happened. All those things are valid. Like I said at the beginning, if you listen to the excuses, they will stop you. And there are still people that are making millions from the stock market today. There are still people that are cashing out from that same stock market today. And there are people that are stuck thinking that it doesn't work. So it depends on who you choose to be, or what voice you choose to listen to, and what thought you choose to entertain. Right? So stock market, you have the ones that can give you passive income through dividends. So let me explain a bit about that. Stock market is you buying ownership of a company. When you buy a stock of a company, it's also known as shares of a company. You are buying a piece of that company, a tiny piece, right, of a huge chunk, right? And when this company does business for a year, they come back and reward their investors, not all of them, but some of them, and say, okay, we've made this money. This is the profit we've made. And this is the one we are sharing to our investors. So for just being an investor in that company, you get what we call dividends. And some will pay you quarterly, and some will pay you twice a year, depending on the number of shares that you are holding. My father is a retired man, and he's still getting dividends from his stocks. So far, the companies that you are invested in are still existing, and they are still making profits. 10, 20 years from now, you can still be getting dividends from those companies. Passive income, money you don't have to work for. Literally, your money bringing in more money for you. Like I said, don't forget the point I mentioned earlier. Education is important. I cannot teach a whole masterclass on these things. If I said I should be going to each one of these, we will be here till tomorrow. But this session, I believe, is supposed to be an eye-opener to the opportunities out there, to what is possible. And please don't get stuck on, I don't have the money. Start your stock. You can start your stock investing journey with as little as Naira, now I'm going to say 2,000 Naira, or $10. Thank God for technology. And you can keep building. You can keep building. I have people in my community that when they joined, I'm in Nigeria, so I'm going to talk in Naira. They wanted to start investing in global stocks, right? And at that time, Naira to dollar was going around 240 or something when they started. When they joined my community and they started working with me. Some of them still send me messages from time to time saying, Ife, I can't believe dollar is 1,000 Naira today. Thank God I started years ago. I'm not saying that it's too late to start. Start now. Start now. If 20 years ago was the best time to start, the next best time is today. The next best time is today. So you can still start now. That money that you're using to do data, or you can use to buy shawarma, you can use it to start your journey. And I'm bringing out to the lowest entry point because I know money is something that stops people from building wealth. But if you're earning income, if it is 5,000 Naira, you can be putting towards an investment every month. Just keep doing it. You are telling your mind something. You are telling your heart something. You are telling God something. You are telling the universe something. Just keep doing it consistently. And you'll be amazed. Because part of what you are doing to yourself is building a mentality, building a lifestyle, making it part of your lifestyle, making it part of your habits. When your income increases, it will be difficult for you to still maintain the same habits. Imagine somebody that cannot even, that is earning, say, $200 and is complaining that I cannot invest from this. When you earn $500, you know what I found? When you start earning $500, say you used to earn 200, now you're earning $500. You know what I found? Your lifestyle will automatically expand to take that $500 out of your hand. If you've not built a saving culture, if you've not built an investment culture when you had the $200, your lifestyle will just expand. You just realize that, but I used to be able to live on $200 before. How come now that even with $500, I still feel like there's nothing left? Because it's not so much about the amount of money. It's much more about the lifestyle, the habits that you built into your system, into your subconscious. So moving on to other types of investments that can protect value. Now, let's talk about gold. We women, we like gold. I don't know, me, I like gold. For jewelry, I like gold, right? Gold is a great form to protect the value of your money, right? And Gold, Robert Kiyosaki will call it God's money, gold and land. He calls it God's money. And it can never finish. Dollar can rise, can fall. Naira can rise and fall. Gold will always be gold. So gold can be a good store of value. So you can buy it as a form of jewelry and keep. Some people have access in their country to buy gold coins. Some people have access to buy it as a bar. If you have money, there are people, gold mining companies out there that you can reach out to. All these things, you have to go through somebody that has had the experience with them. Please be careful. It's best to deal with gold merchants based on reference and not just reaching out to somebody online so that you don't get swindled. So it's best to do it based on reference. But gold can be an enormous store of value. Because the gold jewelry I bought 5 years ago, if I take it to the market today that I want to cash it out or sell to somebody, I will sell at the value of, it's always at par with what the inflation is saying and what the currency devaluation is saying. So basically, if Naira has fallen, dollar has fallen, any currency has fallen, the value of gold would come up, would have increased to match the, I'm not sure I'm explaining that right. Let me try again, okay? So let's say when you bought the gold, the value was maybe 20,000 naira for, you bought it at 20,000 naira. But because Naira has devalued now, the value of Naira to dollar has dropped, right? But gold's value would have gone up to still match the exact value that you bought it. I hope that explains it well. So it preserves the value of your money as well. Basically, that's what I'm trying to explain. So gold is also a good way to make, you can start investing, right? And please, if you are a parent here, please also invest for the sake of your children. Invest for yourself, invest for the sake of your children. Because having inheritance is a beautiful thing. It's not, it won't be good that it's only Gucci bag and even, I don't know if they will mean Gucci bag and shoes that our children would be able to inherit when the time comes. Long life after long life and all. Assets like stocks, real estate, gold. Those are things that you can start. Also, thank God for technology. Now we now have access to other low entry form of investment. From your phone now, you can invest in bonds. Thank God for fintech companies. You can invest in things like commercial papers. Even that you're saving that is not earning anything in your bank account, you can put it on platforms that are willing to pay you 13-15%. So that you start getting that 13-15%. It's important. I was telling one of my clients that is not in Nigeria, and I'm like, do you know that we have a Nigerian fintech platform that actually pays up to 8% per annum on the dollar? Even in America, you will not find that kind of rates. And you know why it's that high? Because dollar is more valuable in Nigeria. Dollar is always in high demand. So when they see dollar, they are willing to pay more because they know they will make their money back. Up to 8%. Fixed. If you fix your money there, 8%, you will get per annum. That rate is about 3-4% in America itself. So there are opportunities out there. What have I said so far? Open your mind to those opportunities. Know what you want for your life. Know where you want to be. 5 years from now, where do you want to be financially? Do you desire to be out of debt? Do you desire to have more financial stability? The next thing is to now seek knowledge that will help you get there. We've talked about bonds, we've talked about commercial papers, we've talked about stocks, we've talked about real estate, and we've talked about gold. The first battle you have to win is that these things are for you. Don't think, if you think that these things are not for you, then you've already created a barricade that blocks those opportunities from working for you. You've already created a barricade that blocks those opportunities from working for you. So it is very important that you seek out opportunities. You are open to opportunities. And please note that everything I've mentioned, they are licensed things. Please don't go and just, anybody can build an app today and be collecting people's money. Having a website is not what validates the credibility of a company. You see people who just build websites. It's easy to build website now. You can even use free website, free template that you can set up a website today. So when I hear people, oh, I did this investment with these people, they have a website, please. That is not a yardstick for their credibility. Having a WhatsApp group, having a number, people can change SIM number. They can delete a WhatsApp group. It's not a yardstick for credibility. It is not. What you have to look out for is that are they licensed? Are they regulated? Except you are doing something like a venture capital, you're joining a venture capital fund or doing private equity fund, which will require a lot of capital to be able to do, by the way. You cannot just go and give your money. Even those ones, they have their own. We're not going to talk about those ones because it's another masterclass on its own. But the ones that we've talked about today, do your research, search for credibility. What makes them credible? Having a website, like I said, is not what makes any platform credible. Are they registered? In Nigeria, we have what we call the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC certificates. That in itself is not enough to prove credibility of an investment company. There are many companies that have CAC certificates that they've collected money from people and they've crashed today because all they were doing was just Ponzi scheme. When I talk about credibility, look at the SEC, SE and C, Security Exchange Commission certification. Are they licensed? No, are they being supervised by a licensed authority? If you're going to give your money to any platform, go to their support, go to their DM, go to their chat box. Are you licensed? Where are you regulated? Do you have SEC documentation? Especially if you are going to do things like stocks, crowdfunding, or we are collecting money from you, we are using it to invest in agri, we are collecting money from you, we are using it to invest in real estate. Real estate that you cannot see with your eyes. If they run away with your money, who are you going to hold accountable? And these are things I'm sharing with you from real life experiences that people have had. You know, they trust people, they invest with them, and then this becomes a story. So I'm going to round up now. I believe I've shot past my time, I think. So I hope we've learned a lot today. I hope that this motivation, this opening your eyes to possibility motivates you to take action. If you don't take action, it means I've just wasted my time. We've all just wasted our time. Like Coach Oluwatumininu rightly said at the beginning. Action is what brings transformation, not just hearing and sitting on the knowledge. The knowledge without action is useless. So action is very, very, very important. So thank you so much.
Wow. Like, this is complete masterclass. I saw Ife delving into how to conduct due diligence, and she made it so simple, like you just get it.
Thank
you so much. Oh my goodness, that was an amazing session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Like, you made investing like so simple, so easy. Like, you made it like a child will understand it, and that was really, really good. I'm sure that all of us were just like, I'm sure we had a lot of myths busted, because I know so many people are always saying, investment in real estate, investment in stocks, you have to have money, you have to have all of that. But as in, she broke it down into the nitty gritty, like with your little 5K, you can actually start investing. I mean, that story about the Airbnb, that one threw me off because, you know, I think Airbnb are like, I have to go and buy a house, or I have to rent a house or something, but you did it without owning. And I mean, that's what Airbnb does in the first place. They don't own a physical building in one place, and they're making so much money off people. And I mean, you just tapped into that. So that one, I don't know, for me, it was like, whoo, that was like a revelation. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Please, in the comment section, I'm sure we all have questions that we want to ask. I'm sure that, you know, I'm sure we have so much just going on in our heads right now, like, how do I get this done? So please, in the chat room, drop your questions. If you want to speak, you can raise up your hand and just, you know, we're going to call on you to ask your questions. We're going to have just a few minutes for questions because everybody else has our coach and Madam Ife have places to be. They have other things to attend to. But while we put our questions together, I'm just going to play Ife's profile because, sorry, I got kicked off at some point. So I'm going to play our profile now. Just give me a minute. Let me share my screen. And I mean, you need to understand where all of this awesome knowledge is coming from. You know that she knows exactly what she's saying. Okay, sorry, just give me a minute. Kike, can you please make me a host so that I can share my screen?
Okay, sorry, let me make you.
Okay, sorry.
How will I know? Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, thank you, coach.
Done.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Ifeoluwa Adegoke is a financial education instructor and consultant. She has dedicated her career to empowering people with the knowledge and skills they need to take control of their finances and achieve their financial goals. As a financial expert, Ifeoluwa has a unique blend of expertise that allows her to communicate complex financial concepts in a way that is easy to understand and apply. She is passionate about helping individuals and families achieve financial freedom through education, financial literacy, and financial planning. She is committed to equipping men and women with the knowledge and tools they need to make informed financial decisions, plan for their future, and achieve lasting financial security. She is a certified capital market and security analyst, a certified financial planner, and wealth manager. She founded MTWI Services, a financial consultancy firm where they provide financial advisory services, individual and corporate financial education trainings, and financial planning services. She also created a financial education platform called Money Talks with Ife, where she provides daily personal finance tips to help people achieve their financial goals. Her approach to financial education and planning is based on her deep understanding of the unique financial challenges faced by individuals and families. She believes that everyone has the potential to achieve financial success, regardless of their income level or background, and she is committed to helping people overcome the obstacles that may be holding them back. In addition to her work as an instructor and financial planner, Ifeoluwa is also a published author of The Mindset Shift to Financial Freedom and the Getting My Money Right Budget Planner, and speaker on financial topics. She regularly speaks at conferences and events on topics such as financial inclusion for women, macroeconomics, budgeting, debt management, retirement planning, estate planning, and investment. With her expertise, passion, and dedication to helping others achieve financial freedom, Ifeoluwa Adegoke is a leading voice in the world of financial education and financial planning, and a valuable resource for anyone seeking to achieve their financial goals. With a sound innovation, rich community, make welcome our speaker, Ifeoluwa Adegoke.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure we can all see just all the fire that she's bringing. We can see where it comes from. Okay, do we have any questions yet? I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box. Do we have any questions? Is there any hands that are raised? Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and ask my own question while we put that together. So I have 2 questions, one for Coach and one for Ife.
So Ife has dropped off. As I said, that's why I actually had to rush my session. She has another session this evening. Don't worry, bring it on.
All right, but anyway, but if she's dropped off, I mean, if you go into your chat box, everyone, you will see a link, Morning Talks with Ife. Please click on that, follow her on Instagram so that you can get insight, please, so that you don't miss out. I mean, you need to connect with this awesome person. So Coach, my question is this. So, I know that, I mean, you said stay around great people, and I know we've done networking a couple of times, but my question is, how do you stay around great people? Someone like, people will tell you, I don't know how to make friends, I don't know where great people are, and I don't want to let go of the friends I already have, we're all struggling together. But really, like, if you do not associate yourself, I mean, this is like the 3rd time I'm hearing this, stay around great people or people around your network, basically disturbing your network. This is like the 3rd set, like if this is a 3rd session I've heard this particular thing. How do you make these connections? How do you get to stay around those great people?
Okay, I'm sure we all saw, and I'll make this very practical. I'm sure we all saw Ife's profile, and that's why I said it in front of Ife. One of the things I did, because I intentionally wanted to set her up on live camera to see her reaction. I snapped for the people in the community. I will actually send you guys our chat, and that's why I will tell you that wealth is something you attract. One of the ways you know yourself is the kind of people around you. If you think that you are a certain way and everybody around you is a certain way, believe me, the people around you is more of an indication of who you are than what you think you are. And I'll use this Ife's principle to show that, to explain it. And if you still don't get it, please put me around, take me up on it. We've spoken about you being careful, what you listen to, so my social media, anything around me is actually heavily curated. I'm very careful the people I follow. There are some people that because of where you are going to, you have to stop on following them. People that are posting nonsense, like, I don't get it, what are you doing there? So when I started following Ife's page, I'm like, she's good. And she's so good. You've seen the quality of people we bring on Read. And as at this time, I want to stop streaming so that I can become village meeting. Sorry to be